Hey everyone, Egman here with another video. Today we're going to look at the newly spoiled cards from the expansion sets, and I think these are the last new cards that are coming from each of these expansion sets, so I'll start making like deck profiles for both of these. Let me know in the comments below which one you're wanting to look for, you're looking forward to more. If you want the Vegeta deck first, let me know, or the Topo. I'm going to make for both, and honestly, whatever deck I think is, comes to me first, I'll probably make, but if you have any like ideas you want to see or anything like that, please put it in the comments below and I'll read them and we'll go from there. But looking through the cards that go through it, just a quick reminder. So the leader is a red Vegeta. It's Saiyan Universe 7. And then also some synergy with the Unison card that, every time it negs power, you give your leader plus 10k power for the turn. And then its pluses and minuses are the plus one is that you pretty much get to take a card from your life, and also just self awakening for free is really nice. And also you give your leader plus 5k. And then also the minus 2 is you still get the plus 5k on your leader, and then you also get to look at your opponent's hand and get a card out of it. So very strong from there. I think that's a really good effect there. And then the leader doesn't really do much; it just gains advantage and has like dual attack whenever it loses power. I wish the dual attack and you could do the like draw 2 cards a turn because of it. I don't think that'd be too broken, but I guess they do. All right, looking at the new cards from here. So there's this Whis Destruction's Conductor. It has this permanent. If your leader card's a red Vegeta card, which is the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2, making a 1 specific red cost card. This also works with the original Universe 7 red Vegeta leader as well. But I haven't really thought about the implementations for that. But there's some extra synergy with it. But when you play this card, choose one. You can either look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 red Unison card with a specified energy cost of 2, or up to 1 red Universe 7 card with an energy cost of 4 or less, among them empty your hand and shuffle. So being able to, one, just search for your Unison card is pretty good. I'm not sure how many you're really wanting to run in this deck. You can run up to 4, and I think that'd be okay. They're never super dead. They can always be energy, or you can always, once per turn, put it underneath a Unison card with the same card number as yours, and it gets 1 extra token for free. But you can't combo it and out of your hand for that case and everything. So I think 4 is probably still the number you want to do, but helping to find it with some search cards like this can be really helpful. It also has this: you can choose up to 1 of your leader cards, and it gets minus 5k power, and this gains plus 5k power for the turn. So not only does it mean that this card becomes a 10k, and your leader card gets plus 5k if you have the Unison card out, but just in general, the Vegeta, you can just give it dual attack even without the Go Tanks out for free. So if you need that 2 attacks, with minus 5k is better than just 1 attack with the 5k, then I think you can do that. We also have this Beerus, Wrath of the Gods. It's critical, Universe 7, and it has this unique tag, and this is I believe, a new tag. And it's, only 1 copy of this card can be played in your battle area, and they've kind of had this skill for a while, but this is the first time they've upgraded it to a keyword, because most of the time it's, it says if you don't have this card in play, blank, here's the rest of the skill. So they're finally putting out a key tag, which I think is super nice. An auto for 1 red. If your leader is a red Vegeta card, which once again could be this one or the other one, at the end of battle, which you combo this card from your hand, play this card in rest mode. So you could combo for this for free, and then if you need it to make this come out for free later, and it has crit as well, it comes out in rest mode. So I think that's super nice, and I have no doubt there's some like Beerus synergies with this. Just the fact that it's a Universe 7 Beerus leader, or not leader, Universe 7 like Beerus red card. I have no doubts it has synergy with some of those Beerus cards that we've seen in the past. And the only thing is, it's restricted to a red Vegeta card, unfortunately. But I think there's some synergy with that still. Next, we have Android 17 High Alert. This blocker activates if you have a red Unison card with specified energy cost of 2 in play, and you have no battle cards in play. You can play this from your hand. So just being a free blocker is super nice. The fact that it's also like a a 2 cost free 10k blocker as well is super nice, because usually only like 5ks. And then at the end of your turn, if your leader card's power is currently being increased or decreased, switch this card to active mode, which pretty much just means like if you use Go Tank's ability once this turn, when this card comes out for free already, you also get like a free 10k attack. That's pretty much, so it's not too bad. And I bet there's like some potential for like some Android synergy, just the fact that you get an Android 17 out for free as well. There could be some stuff in that stuff as well, but I think this one's okay. Then we've got Frieza Fairweathered Fiend, Double Strike and Unique Auto for 2 red. If your leader card is red and you have a red Unison card with specified energy cost of 2 in play, at the end of battle in which you combo with this card from your hand, you can play this card. So it's kind of like what this Beerus is, but instead of being restricted to a Vegeta leader, I don't think you need, you don't need a Unison card out for this. But for this one, you need to have a Unison card, but it's open up to any red leader. So this could be if, like, for example, Surge Coup, right? That's red leader, and then you can have a red Unison card in play, and then there you go. You can get this out for free. It's a double strike. It also has this once per turn when your opponent activates a counter skill, choose up to one of their battle cards, ignoring barrier, and it gets minus 30k power for the duration of the turn. So that's super good in general, and just reminds me of like this could be what. Also, at the end of battle in which you combo this card, you just play this card outright. This isn't played in rest, so this just thinks like to me, as long as you have the Ren Unison card out, this could be really good in Surge Coup. It has what you need. Like it reminds me of Bardock in a lot of ways. Just has different capabilities for that. The fact that it's a Frieza clan, it's a Universe 7 as well. I think this is a really good card and could be seen like a lot of that stuff. You know, of course you have to be restricted to be running this Unison card, but I don't think that's a big deal. And then lastly from this set, we have Omen of Awakening. So counterplay if your leader card is red and you choose one card in your life, place in your drop area. If the battle card being played has 20k power or less, it is placed in its owner's drop area instead. And then if you have a red Unison card with specified cost of 2 in play, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1. So it's kind of like a denial of hope in a lot of ways. But it's restricted to, and I think denial of hope is also restricted to red. But you have to, neg 1 life, which isn't too terrible for the effect of it. It's just, I don't know. I think denial of hope is still probably better because like you have to jump through a lot of hoops to use this. For this to be a 1 cost, you already have to have 2 energy invested, and then you also lose life for it. But maybe if you're playing like a deck that has a hard time with life control, and you'd rather just use this for 1 energy instead, I could see that being useful. I don't think it's a terrible card, and I think people will experiment with it. It's just going to be interesting how it kind of compares to what Denial of Hope does. Because no one's really playing that right now, but maybe changing it to just 1 red energy after you already meet the condition of this guy, that could be a big difference. All right, let's move on to the Universe 11 stuff with Topo. Reminder, so the idea with this is kind of more like a lockdown strategy where, the permanent, if you have a yellow Unison card in play with specified cost of 2, when a player plays a battle card, that player can't play battle cards for the turn. And I kind of skipped over this last time, but it means you as well. So if you play a battle card and you have this Vegeta out, then you can't anymore. So, and then this just kind of stops your opponent from attacking with battle cards greater than their current energy cost until the end of the turn. So that could be really oppressive as well. All right, so first we've got, let's see. So we've got this ball mod. So it's counterplay and counterattack. I'm going to read this first. So during your opponent's turn, if you have a yellow Unison card with a specified cost of 2 in play, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2. So this pretty much means like this is a counter for 2 energy, which is normally what the good ones are at, 2 energy. So it's either a Crusher Ball that you get a 20k body out, which is totally fine for 2 energy, or it's a counterattack, and then for you negate the attack, play this card, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and negate skills for the duration of the turn. So this is able to like stop, maybe they're swimming with something, you stop it, and then you can target something else with like double strike or something. Just really has like this idea like this can prevent your opponent from doing anything. Like just for example, let's say you have this Topo out, they play something, and then you use Belmod in response to the thing they play, then they can't play any battle cards for the rest of the turn, and it's in rest. So I think this has like a lot of synergy with all that. Next up, we've got Marcerita. I don't know how to say her name, but Universe 11 God barrier. If you have a yellow Unison card in play, with a specified cost of 2, reduce the energy cost in your hand by 1. So it's kind of like Whis in a lot of ways. But auto, when this card attacks, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, and it can't be switched to action mode until the start of your next turn, which I think can be really good, especially like if they can only play 1 battle card a turn. you're really locking down the battle cards they already have in place. So I think that's really good. Next up, we've got Dispo, the Flash Striker. Crit, activate main if you have a yellow unison with a yellow unison card with a specified cost 2 in play, and you have no battle cards. You can play this from your hand. So this is a lot like the Android 17, but instead of having a blocker, you have a 15k crit, which is I think super good for just doing nothing. Like let's say like turn 1, you don't play anything. Turn 2, you play this Vegeta, and then you get to play this 15k crit for free. I think that's super helpful. And then we have Casserole, the Slash Striker. We've got the Flash Striker. Okay. When you play this card, look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 yellow unison card with specified cost of 2, or up to 1 Universe 11 card with any cost of 4 or less among them. To your hand and shuffle your deck. Once again, it's specified yellow only, so you can't get any like the green ones they've been peddling out. And when this card is switched to rest mode by one of your skills, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 4 or less and switch to rest mode. Okay, so let's say you have this Casserole out, then you use Vegeta's active main to add a marker by switching one of your battle cards to rest mode, and then boom, you get to switch one of their cards to rest mode too. So that just gets a lot of value for it. So seems all right. And lastly, we've got Spirit Fist. This is a really interesting card in general. So it's a counterplay. When this battle card is played, you may choose it and switch it to rest mode, which pretty much means this card does not get around Deflect, and it does not get around Barrier, because it's the counterplay that's affecting it, which means that anything that with Deflect isn't affected by counterplays, and since you have to choose it to switch to rest mode, it also doesn't get around Barrier. So it's kind of like a worse Crusher Ball in that sense, but on the other side, it has this active battle that if your leader card is a Universe 11 card and it's your turn, choose up to 1 of your leader cards or up to 1 of your yellow unison cards with specified energy cost of 2, and it gets plus 10k power for duration of the turn. So just being able to get that plus 10k, and it's for the turn too, it's not for the duration of the battle. So if you give this to, for example, this Unison Fury, which has the dual attack, then you have a 30k dual attack double strike for 1 energy, and then also having a -3. But it's only on your turn too, because this would be really great for defensive purposes. But yeah, just in general, like it's a version of Crusher Ball that's slightly worse, but the upside is that if you're running a Universe 11 leader, you have more flexibility in how you use it. So yeah, and I think that's really it. So these are all the cards. I don't think there's anything that's too exciting for any of this. Nothing that I think is good by itself, but I think these are some pretty good like baseline support cards for these new Unison archetypes and all that. So let me know what you guys think about these. Once again, if you want either the Topo or the Vegeta to be featured first, let me know, and that'll be it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.